Hello and thanks for joining us for the midday news. Leader of Opposition Joseph Lelang is demanding more accountability in public health. In a statement issued out Tuesday, Lelang accused the government of losing focus and not effectively running the country's affairs. He was referring to the cries now facing the health sector in PNG, stating that it was unacceptable. Lelang called for an audit into the National Department of Health and the Port Moresby General Hospital. Prime Minister James Marape boasted of the abundance of energy resources in Papua New Guinea to investors during the opening of the two-day Petroleum and Energy Conference in Port Moresby. He said there is a high demand for energy used by countries around the world, and PNG can meet this demand. Having returned from visits to 3 different countries, he said these countries all indicated the need for energy. He challenged investors on how they can tap into this sector to not only meet the energy needs but also to provide clean energy with little to none emissions.
And we have abundance of energy sources, potential energy sources, in the cleaner hydrocarbon space, and of course, I'm deliberately using this word, cleaner hydrocarbon space. It's not an accidental use of line. Cleaner hydrocarbon space, yes, much cleaner than others. We have much cleaner renewables, hydro potential, geothermal potential, solar potential, wind potentials, and so we have abundance of energy. I see the 4 billion people in the Asian marketplace. The appetite for energy will continue to grow and grow. I speak in an ASEAN region, beyond 5% of global GDP. ASEAN region, the tiger economies of Asia will continue to grow, and the need for energy outgrows the economic growth. That's not including Japan, Korea, China, India. That's just the ASEAN economy, and PNG right in the periphery, if not in the mix of the Asian economy, has an indication that they need economy. The economy needs energy, I beg your pardon, as we speak. And so today's conversation is timely. You're in a place where we will be promoting investment in the energy sector.
On the opening of the conference, Senior Vice President for ExxonMobil Peter Clark shone the spotlight on the PNG LNG project and how its roadmap can help future projects build upon its success to unlock both direct and indirect benefits for all Papua New Guineans. He told conference participants and investors of the important role liquefied natural gas, or LNG, can play in meeting the growing demand of energy while reducing emissions to meet climate goals. He said with proximity to market and high-quality resources, Papua New Guinea is well positioned to continue supporting regional demand, with Asia-Pacific countries set to be core natural gas customers for decades to come. The high-level meet ends today. The Minister for Environment, Conservation and Climate Change, Simon Kilepa, will be transferring the environment permit for the Porgera mine from Barrick New Guinea Limited to New Porgera Limited at 1 p.m. today. Expected to witness the ceremony will be Prime Minister James Marape, the state negotiating team, and important stakeholders, including landowners. The second National Climate Change Summit is currently underway at the APEC House in Port Moresby. With the theme promoting climate justice and social inclusion, the summit brought together for the second time all actors to share, discuss, and engage with the government on its commitment to fully implement the Paris Agreement, including a collective aim to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. The summit started on Tuesday and ends today. The administration building at Beon Correctional Service is undergoing major reconstruction after 62 years. Prison Commander Jackson Gubag said the building is currently being constructed by Atlas Steel Limited. The agreement with Beon CS includes employment of 7 locals and 3 detainees. The whole building will have new interiors. On Tuesday, workers put up iron roofing. It is anticipated that it will take a few more months to complete the structure. Staff are excited about this new infrastructure. Pardon infrastructure because they will have a better place to work out of. Built at the cost of more than 15.3 million kina, the Tissue Culture Laboratory and Integrated Training Center in Kainantu, Eastern Highlands Province, will serve more than 30,000 farmers and more than 700 village extension officers across 10 provinces. The Integrated Training Center and Tissue Lab were officially opened on Tuesday in Kainantu, Eastern Highlands Province. Officiating at this significant event were Australian High Commissioner to Papua New Guinea John Philp and Chief Executive Officer for Fresh Produce Development Agency Mark Warino. High Commissioner Philp said in order to eradicate poverty and hunger in PNG and the rest of the world, the PNG government must prioritize agriculture through the medium-term development plans. Australia stands ready to support relating projects. An earthquake has destroyed every building in the remote Moroccan village of Tiket. Now anger is building as recovery efforts stall and newly orphaned children pick through the rubble with nowhere else to go.
I'm deep in the Atlas Mountains in a small village called Tikhat, and you can see that this entire village has been demolished and flattened by this earthquake. These homes made of sticks and rocks stood no chance when the earthquake hit not far from here. About half of the people who live in this village, 70, have died. And it's not only this village that's suffering. There are so many small villages around here in the same situation. I can see one just up on the ridgeline to my left, and it's been completely flattened. There's another one above it as well. But the people here say they haven't seen any sort of rescue attempts or any humanitarian aid. They have been the ones that have been pulling their loved ones from the rubble, and they have horrific stories of how this earthquake has affected them.
I have never imagined like this will happen to my village. Everything is gone. There is no house anymore. Some of us lost their parents and some lost their wives. And I have never thought that one day I will lose my mom and my sister. So, my sister, she wasn't just my sister. She was my everything. She was close to me. I can't believe right now. I'm shocked. I can't believe that I lost everything. How can I get started again?
Well, this is how people are now living here. They've had these tents put up, but they have nothing else. There's no running water, no electricity, no food, no sanitation, and this is not a long-term solution. The seasons are about to change here, and soon there will be snow in these mountains, so these people say they desperately need humanitarian support.
We want the authorities and the king to help us. We need a house first to live in.
While the initial shock of the earthquake is wearing off, the reality of the future is now setting in, and it's a future that's uncertain for hundreds of thousands of people.
Thanks for watching. Join us at 6 tonight for more.